The next movement that we'll add in is the first of a two-movement pair that are called Daughter on the Mountaintop and Daughter in the Valley. And they're basically reverse circles. So I'm going to come a little closer so you can see my upper body part with this. And so the movements start, if I kind of start in my beginning position, step out with my left foot, this movement starts by just basically turning my hands palms forward. So just a gentle kind of movement that way with my hands. And then as I go forward, I create these circles, and the circles just slightly intersect and then pull down through the center. So it's almost like these Venn diagrams that come and just slightly overlap with each other, and then come down and open again. So the gathering of charge, which you would normally say like in the bass drum, they're coming together here, they're just missing each other, and which hand is on the inside is the left one. It kind of follows this kind of left, kind of connecting, starting with your left leg. Your left hand is going to be on the inside for most of these kind of movements whenever we run into them. You'll see the same thing, for example, in the standing pose when we finish at the end, where your left hand is on the inside like this. So this movement has a sense of opening to the world, so very sort of a yin kind of place here, and then you start feeling a gathering as your hands engage with that heavy air feeling as you come forward. And as they crisscross in the center, you're at the apex of your movement here and the furthest forward that you're going to go with your body. So this is where you get that kind of connection of just crossing each other. And then as you slowly come back, you don't just collapse with your hands, you actually draw down a little bit in that circle until you come down far enough that your fingers can't stay upward anymore. So somewhere around here, they'll just naturally start to go down towards the ground again. So fingers to the ceiling, drawing down to the heels of your hands, and then just letting your fingers go back toward the ground. And that's the whole sense of the movement. It's going through like that. The other piece that I want you to get with this is that, as I've said before, your upper body and your upper arms don't do a lot in this movement. We have a tendency to kind of do big things in a lot of the movements, and a lot of other Tai Chi approaches, of course, are big movements as well that happen as we take up a lot of space. But Tai Chi Chuan is very compact. It's got a lot more in common with Qigong movements that just kind of hold stillness within themselves. And so in this case, your movement is going to be basically starting and moving like this. And you're going to see that the Daughter in the Valley, which will be the second one we'll start in next week with that, is essentially just going to be reversing the circle. Once again, your upper arms, you're not holding them tightly, but you're not going too far with them. And I actually have a video which I'll put into the mail out either this week or next week that I took. I was at Justin Stone's 94th birthday. The only time I met him was I was at a teacher training, and there he was, and he was teaching this new idea he had of something you could just do in everyday life, which was essentially built on doing this 3 times and then reversing, and just kind of letting this kind of motion kind of open and connect through your upper body. So we're going to go into the first of these, and that's the Daughter in the Mountaintop. Why in the mountaintop? We're starting low because we're climbing to the mountaintop. So here I go, sinking into my right foot. My left heel turns out. My foot comes forward, and then my hands turn outward. Forward with my left hand on the inside and drawing down. And then just start looking for that engagement with gathering the charge, crossing between the two hands and down. Closing and opening. So you really have a chance to start to feel how the stillness that these movements awaken starts to guide the movement, to awaken that innate knowledge of your body to being organized in these ways. That's the gift of the fact that these practices have been worked out for so many millennia until they finally just start to match with how we naturally move and start to awaken that within us. Sense of connection, body, mind, and the world around us. We'll come one more time. Forward and flattening of my lower back. My toe is coming up and stepping back. Right? Now we go into the second side, sinking into the left foot. Right heel turns out. Foot steps forward. Palms turn forward. In this case, the left hand is still going to stay on the inside. So you don't change that part of this. Forward. And it looks like somebody's trying to come back in again. And so you can really see how this just starts to have its own gentle rhythm. My hands, once again, are not too high. They're just coming across in front of my upper chest. And we'll come one more time. Forward and back onto my back foot. And my hands, because I'm finishing down here, I got to come up over top and down to come into my gentle resting position. This position is as important as any of the movements you do. Just gives you a chance to kind of let that awakening of movement to just drop, and a little bit of a space between each of the movements. So those are the two new movements that we're doing today, which is, first of all, the bass drum, right? So finding that connection of your hands in front of you, forward and back, and then Daughter in the Mountaintop, starting forward, coming around with your hands like this. And see how there's just this circularity that's happening with this. No jarring ends. Just a nice smoothness everywhere in the movement. Even here, there's like an intentionality and engagement that happens all the way to the end.